welcome to my channel, wildfoxstitchery. This is a place where I talk about cross-stitching mainly and sometimes other creative hobbies that I am into. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back, and if you are new, I hope you stick around because I love making new stitchy friends. So I hope everyone's had a good month of April. We're almost done with that now, which is exciting to start a new month here. Let's go ahead and talk about a couple of fully finished objects I have this time. I was able to go to the thrift store last weekend and get a couple of frames. So I framed two of my projects. I will show you that here in a second. I was trying to frame a third one, but the frame didn't quite work, so I'll have to keep looking for that frame. But it was exciting to finally frame one older project I've had around for a long time, and then the Sacre Coeur that I just finished and showed you in my last video. So I will go ahead and show you those now. The first one here is Sacre Coeur. It fit nicely in this black frame that I was able to find at the thrift store. So I think that looks really nice. And not an expert at framing cross stitch, but I think it turned out pretty good here. So that is nice to have framed, and I will be able to put that up on my wall pretty soon. The other one that I framed is an older one. It's back here. It is this Alice in Wonderland. I think it's by Jardin Privé. So I'd finished this a few years ago and finally found a frame that I could use. It fit and it turned out really nice. So I'll be able to put this one on my wall as well. So those were my fully finished objects since last video. I will go ahead and show you now the progress I've made on my whips, which is my works in progress. So the first one I have here is my project that I am attempting to put at least 100 stitches a day in. And it's a paper pattern, so I don't count the stitches or anything, but I'm just estimating. But this is what it is. It's Heartstring, Samplery, Coffee, Quaker. This is what it's gonna look like. Except mine is, I'm doing it monochromatic in one color. So this is how far I have gotten. I think I'll post a picture here of where it was last time when you saw it. I've gotten quite a bit done. This is on 28 count Joblin, and it's 1/1, and the color is DMC 3808, I believe, because I have a huge cone of that color. It's 3808. So that is turning out nicely. I have realized that I absolutely hate working on Joblin fabric. I love Lugana. I do not like this at all. If I wasn't already this far with it, I would start over because I just can't stand working on this fabric, but I will manage it. I will finish this one up because even though I don't like the fabric, it's turning out pretty good. I'll zoom in here and you can see. So that's my 100 stitches a day project right now. So I've been working on that almost every day. I hope to have a finish on that in the next couple months. That would be nice. So my next project is a long dog sampler. It is Fishy Goings On. And this is where I am so far. I'll post a picture of where I was last time. And this is on 32 count Lugana, and it's 2/2. I'll zoom in a little bit here. I've got 4 DMC colors on this one. And you can see I did start doing a little bit of the back stitching. I'll probably do that as I go now, so I don't have it all at the end, because there is a lot of back stitching. So I love this project. It's my favorite thing to work on right now. Yeah, so I haven't gotten as much done as I would like, so I have been pretty busy lately, but this is what it's looking like. I'll show you the colors that I'm using on this one. I have them here. It's these 4 colors. So I've got 932, 3750, 680, and 826. Okay, the next whip that I worked on since my last video is a stitch along, and it is Secret Grove Stitch Along by NeedleLot Designs. This is the part I've been working on, this bunny here. So this one I work on the weekends when I get the chance. And it's on 16 count lilac Ada with the DMC threads that are called for. I love this one. It's super fun. And I love how the animals are turning out. There's a couple more parts to the pattern that have been released that I haven't gotten to yet, but there's a frog over here that's super cute, and I can't wait to do that frog. But yeah, really enjoying this one and how colorful it is. Okay, and then the other 2 things that I've been working on are my full coverage projects. One of them was actually a whip go call, and that is, it's called Killers. It's charted by Tilton Crafts, and the artist is Chris Moreno Aiden. I'll post a picture of what it's gonna look like here. And I am doing all of the 310 first. There is a lot of it. I'll pull it out here and show you where I've gotten to. So I did 5 days on this project. This is on 25 count Easy Grin Lugana, and I do a tent stitch of 2/1. So still working on the 310. I'll do that first. I'm at 14.32% complete on this one. And then the other full coverage project that I have been working on is Queen of Hearts. It's a quick stitch. Art is by Hannah Lynn, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is what it's gonna look like when I'm done, and I will show you here what it's looking like now. I was just working on this still today, actually, so I still actually have thread hanging here, but I'm filling in this red color. I've done all of the 310, and now I'm going in and doing the color. I was starting to up here in the hair, but it was just so much confetti and color changes that I gave up for now, and I am going to do some colors that have more stitches at a time, like this red here. So this red, there's quite a bit of this red. It is $4.98, DMC $4.98. So I'll fill in all of those, and then I'll probably find another color that has a lot of stitches and do that as well, and maybe work down from there. Yeah, so this one is at, after 5 days of working on it this month, I'm at 39.86% complete on this one. So what I do in my full coverage is I have 4 of them this year that I'm working on, and every month I alternate and work on 2 of them. So I do 5 days, 5 days a month on each of the 2, and the next month I do the other 2. So that brings us to my plans for May, and I see that the Whip Go calls have been made for May, and I was very excited. I'll put my board here, and you can see that I have 2 that were called. They were Fishy Goings On, which is awesome because that means I can work on that one more, my favorite project right now. So I'll work 5 days on that for sure, at least 5 days. And then the other one that was called is one of my new starts that I've been waiting for, and it is it's called There Is Room at the Table. It's by the Proper Stitcher. You've probably seen it, but I'll put a picture of it here because I don't have a printout of it right now. But I'm gonna use this fabric here, which is a cashel linen 28 count, and it's from Color and Cotton, and it's called Bluebird. So I'm going to use this fabric for it, and I think I'm going to go with a tone on tone color. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this DMC color here, which is 3760 on this blue fabric. So I'll give it a shot and I'll see how that turns out or how that looks before I decide for sure, but I think I'm gonna go with that. So that'll be fun to have a new start. I haven't had one of those in a few months, so that was very exciting. So I will probably most likely start the month with that when we switch over to May here. And then my full coverages for May would be then Queen of Wands, which looks like this. So that'll be one that I will work on for 5 days, and the other one is Killers again by Tilton. That one was Whip Go last month, so that's why I was working on it last month, but now it's the one for May. So that one will get a lot of work, as I seem to be working on it every month this year so far, but that's okay. So that is my plans for May, and of course on the weekends I continue to work on the stitch alongs. I have the Frost Dragon stitch along by Flossy Fox Shop I need to finish up because that one is fully released now, and then I will continue working on the Secret Grove stitch along by NeedleLot Designs, and of course the Fox and Rabbit mystery stitch along, which I am really behind on, so I'm not planning on catching up on that one, but I'll do my best. What I did in the last couple of days is I went on, printed off the cover page for all of my full coverage patterns that I had on my computer, because I tend to buy quite a few of them, and then I forget. Some of them I've had for years, so I kind of forget what I might have from the past. So I printed off everything and I'm putting it in my binder along with my other patterns, and I was gonna show you those just for fun, because it's kind of fun to look back and see what patterns I have that I might be able to start next year, because I already have my plans for this year. Like I always say, I'm doing 25 this year, 25 projects I have that I'm going to work on, only those 25. But next year I am going to be starting all the things. So it'll be a interesting and fun year. And I'm kind of looking forward to that already. But I'll go ahead and show you what patterns I have, just in case there's anything that sparks your interest as well. And I will let you know if I think I might be starting them next year. Okay, so the first one is Heaven and Earth Designs. This is by Annie Stegg, and it's called Distant Musings. Now this one I've had for a few years. This next one on the other side is Thread Geeks, and it's Persephone. The artwork is by Chrissa Bug. That one I did just purchase recently. I kind of want to start that one next year, but we'll see. Okay, the next one I have is by Stitches So Beautiful. It's called Mermaid, by Passy Art, it looks like. That was cute. And then this is one I don't have a digital copy of this one, but I have a paper copy, which if I end up doing it, I will probably get the digital version because it's so much easier. But this is Heaven and Earth Designs, Prancing Unicorn by Jan Patrick Krasny, however you say that. Really pretty. I think I might have started that one years ago. I don't know where it went, and I don't think I got that far, so I would definitely restart it. The other one is a Thread Geeks pattern that I just bought, called Foxes and Swords, and I liked it because, of course, foxes, which you might gather by my channel name is my favorite animal. This is Ephelina Illustrations. The other one is a Tilton Crafts Wonder Woman. It says artwork is Toll Store. And this one I got recently. It's also from Tilton Crafts, and it was this bell, which I thought was pretty. And I love Beauty and the Beast. This artwork is by Heartstring. I also have another Thread Geeks called Enchanted Castle. Artist is Momart. Another Thread Geeks, Queen of Swords by Chrissa Bug. Thread Geeks, Wild Elegance by Claudia McKinney. Here's Toriel by Thread Geeks, and artist is Ina. I don't know how to say that last name, but there it is. And here's an older one that I have by Heaven and Earth Designs, Mini Beautiful Light, artwork by Adele Sessler. It's a small one, but there it is. That one I might work on next year. Mini Caged by Anna Dittman. A really small picture on this one, but it looks like that. And then another Heaven and Earth Designs, Lackadaisy Voodoo, artwork by Tracy Butler. Here is Mini Ex Machina by Chris Ortega. And Mini Masquerade Bluebird by Adele Sessler. Here's the one that I'm not sure why I bought it, because I probably won't ever do this one, but it's a Mini Poi. I like cats, but I just don't think I would ever make this one. And Mini Scale by Anna Dittman. Mini Steam Heart by Chris Ortega. And Mini Unafraid of the Thorns by Stephanie Poimonlaw. It's a little round one here. Here's some newer ones that I bought more recently. Lunar Goddess by Margaret Morales. Here's another older one, Pond by Anna Dittman. My printer might have messed up the colors on a couple of these. Here's a quick stitch, The Magic of Books. Most likely I won't ever do that one either. But I did buy these a long time ago. Here's Story Keep, King Coda Storyteller by Amy Stewart. That's cute. There's a fox on there, of course. Here's another Story Keep, Maleficent. I will definitely do this one sometime. Here's another Story Keep, Ugly Birds, which is quirky, but I probably won't make this one either. Here's A Raven's Treasure by Meredith Dillman. And now I have a Sunflower Stitches pattern, Ruby and the Wolf. And the one that goes along with it, Beauty and the Beast. Here is another cat pattern I probably won't ever do. It's called Black Magic, artwork by Anne Marsh. And Shiny Suns cross stitching. This was many years ago that I got this, so I'm not sure if they're still around. Another one by them called Wreathed. Cute, but there's too much white, so I probably won't do that one. I don't like stitching white or light colors. It's too hard to see. Yeah. Here's a new one that I got recently that I love. Unconventional X-Stitch, Cosmic Mermaid. I am probably doing this next year. And here's one that I have already started years ago. It is Mint and Roses by Benke Schulich. Really beautiful. But I did it on, I think, 18 count Ada, and I most likely will restart this one next year on a smaller count. 18 count just gets to be too big. One of my favorites that I am definitely starting next year, Fox in the Flowers by Ray Powers. Super cute. Here's Many Beloved by Adele Sessler. I've started this one. This one is on 18 count as well, but I might continue on there. We'll see, just because it's a mini, so it won't be as big. We'll see how that goes next year. Here's the Thread Geeks that I really like, Between Worlds. I just bought this one, so I probably work on this next year. Another paper pattern I have that I will get in a digital format and probably work on next year. Tiger's Coming to Life. Love this one. I started this one too. Again, 18 count, so it's way too big. Fabric is huge. I didn't get all that far, so it's okay if I start over. Here's an Etsy pattern that looks super fun to do because it's so colorful. It's called Rainbow Cheetah. Fruling Designs. You can find them on Etsy. But I really like the way the pattern is charted because it's not a ton of confetti. So it looks like it will be fun to stitch. And another one I got on Etsy that I'm going to do next year, a Darth Vader pattern. This doesn't say on here the shop name. I can link both of these below. But this one just looks so much fun too. And I love Star Wars. My whole family does. We're big geeks. And the last one is one I will start next year as well, by Margaret Morales. It's Satura. And the print on this one looks really off. So you can't go by what that looks like, but it is beautiful. Okay, so that was a little bonus section for today's video. Another thing I wanted to say was thank you to Karen at KEB Studio Creations. She shouted me out in her video, so I am just returning the favor. You can go take a look at her and her husband have videos that, and she's also a cross-stitch designer with really nice designs. If you look at her most recent video, she has an Easter design that is beautiful, if you're interested in that. So thanks, Karen, for shouting me out. And then other than that, the only other thing I was going to talk about was a couple of life updates. There isn't anything too exciting. Work is kind of slowing down for me, which is nice. So I'm not so stressed there. I am in the middle of marathon training. The marathon's in 5 weeks from now. Today I just had an 18-mile run, which I did this morning. And it went pretty good for an 18-mile run. My legs are tired now, but they weren't too incredibly sore. And I didn't have any horrible aches and pains this time like I did on my 16-mile run. So I think that everything is looking good for the marathon, which is exciting. I don't know if you remember, but this is one of my bucket list goals, is to actually complete a marathon at least once. I've done multiple half marathons, and then this will be my first full marathon, which I'm nervous about and excited about. So wish me luck on that. Otherwise, there is not much else going on besides finishing up school. The kids are done with a couple subjects, which is nice for them. It feels almost like summertime out, which is awesome. The kids are spending more time outside. We're just about ready to start baseball games up, so I will be at least a couple days of evening baseball game watching, and I have to find a cross stitch that I can bring with me that'll work for that, which I still haven't decided what will work. Probably whatever my 100 stitches a day project is at the time, most likely. So that is it for life updates. That is it for my stitching updates. I am excited for May, and I hope that you all have a good weekend, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!